Medical residents face a challenging task. They're required to absorb an immense amount of knowledge in a relatively short period of time. They must learn a vast amount of information to save lives. This includes understanding complex medical concepts, mastering practical skills, and staying updated with the latest research. The way they learn these critical skills can teach us all about effective learning. Their rigorous training programs are designed to ensure they can handle real-life medical emergencies with confidence. Their methods can be applied to any field, from science to art to history. The principles of effective learning are universal and can benefit anyone willing to adopt them. How do these future doctors do it? They employ a variety of learning techniques, from hands-on practice to collaborative study sessions. They use proven learning techniques that work with the brain, not against it. Techniques like spaced repetition, active recall, and practical application are key. These techniques aren't just for medical professionals. They can be adapted to suit any learning environment or subject matter. Anyone can use them to improve their learning. Whether you're preparing for exams, advancing your career, or pursuing a personal interest, these strategies can help. Whether you're a student, a professional, or a lifelong learner, understanding how your brain learns best can unlock your full potential. It's about finding what works for you and sticking with it. It's all about working smarter, not harder. By leveraging these techniques, you can make your learning process more efficient and effective. Our brains are incredible organs capable of astonishing feats. They have the ability to learn and adapt throughout our lives, constantly evolving with every new experience. This process, however, is not a simple download of information like a computer receiving data. It's a complex dance of encoding, consolidation, and retrieval involving intricate neural pathways. Think of it like building a house where each step is crucial for the final structure. Encoding is like gathering the building materials, the essential first step. When you encounter new information, your brain takes it in and creates a temporary record of it, much like collecting bricks and wood. This happens in a part of the brain called the hippocampus, which acts as a sort of initial storage area. Consolidation is like laying the foundation and building the structure, making the information more permanent. Through repeated exposure and practice, the information becomes more stable, much like reinforcing the walls and roof of a house. The memory then moves to the neocortex for long-term storage, where it can be accessed when needed. Retrieval is like moving into the house and making it your own, personalizing it with your unique touch. When you recall information, you're not just passively accessing it, you're actively strengthening the neural connections, making the memory even more robust. Many students rely on passive study methods like rereading notes or highlighting textbooks. However, research has shown that active recall is far more effective for long-term retention. This means testing yourself on the material regularly. Flashcards are a classic example of active recall. They force you to retrieve information from memory. Quizzing yourself or explaining concepts to others also work wonders. Making mistakes during testing is not a bad thing. In fact, it can actually improve learning. When you get an answer wrong, your brain takes note and strengthens the correct neural pathways. Section 4. Interleaving and spacing, maximizing retention. Imagine studying for multiple subjects at once. Instead of dedicating hours to just one topic, you switch between them periodically. This method, known as interleaving, involves alternating between different subjects or topics during your study sessions. Interleaving is a powerful technique for improving memory retention and understanding. By switching topics, you challenge your brain to make connections between different pieces of information. This forces your brain to work harder to retrieve the information, which strengthens your memory and enhances learning. Another crucial element of effective learning is spacing. Instead of cramming all your study into one session, spread it out over time. Cramming the night before an exam might seem like a good idea, but it's not an effective long-term strategy. It leads to quick forgetting and burnout. Spacing out your study sessions over time, with breaks in between, allows your brain to consolidate the information more effectively. This method helps in better retention and understanding of the material. Section 5. Unlocking your learning potential. The human brain is capable of incredible feats of learning. By understanding how our brains learn best, we can unlock our full potential. Active recall, interleaving, and spacing are not just fancy educational buzzwords, they're evidence-based techniques that work. So whether you're a student facing a mountain of textbooks, a professional learning new skills, or simply someone who loves to expand their knowledge, remember these techniques. Keep learning, keep exploring, and never stop being curious.